I hope the audio is working. About 2 minutes ago, I was trying to connect. Should I wait till people actually join to start talking? I feel like that's maybe important. I think they call this a windscreen in audio land. Fuck it. I'll just start talking. Who cares? I tried to connect this earlier to my phone, which is an Android. Got it for like, I don't know, 100 and something dollars from Boost. So needed a phone at the moment. Anyway, tried to connect this to my phone's input jack. I believe that's a 3.5 for all you audio nerds. That's a 3.5 millimeter jack. Tried to connect it to my phone, but it's not picking up audio. So I don't know. So we're gonna have to use my phone's microphone, which isn't the greatest. Actually sucks. But we do what we have to. As you can see, we are in the old truck again. And I went to the gas station today, not to get gas, surprisingly, but to pick up some newspapers. It's USA Today, May 27th, 2025. And this cost me $3. $3. Picked up USA Today. Picked up a local newspaper, the Jackson Citizen Patriot. It's got a picture of a man, probably from revolutionary times, with a fucking gun. It has a big ass musket. And that's what it's named after. Armed men with muskets. What that has to do with the news, I don't know. Then the final paper we got at the gas station is the Detroit Free Press. It wasn't free, so very misleading title. How much was this? This was... It doesn't say. But all three of these newspapers cost me $10 today at the gas station. So we're just going to go through... we'll probably only go through one tonight. I haven't picked up a newspaper in... I don't think I've ever bought a newspaper, actually. We used to get this the local newspaper as a kid. Like, briefly, maybe for like a month. And then we stopped because it was boring as fuck. Hey, what up, Dub Over? Hey, bro. Ready for some news? USA Today. Honors troops' ultimate sacrifice. Memorial Day speech, somber contrast to posts. Apparently he's been posting some anti troop shit. I don't know. President Donald Trump delivered a history-laden Memorial Day speech after laying a wreath on the tomb of the unknown soldier. I feel like a lot of soldiers have went unknown. What makes that one guy so special? Yeah, man. What up, Genate Leia? All three of those could be your first name. I've got a friend who also has that sort of thing. All four of his names could be his first name. So that's something to be proud of. And apparently super sweet, so that's great. You don't want to be super shitty or super sour. So you got a lot going for you, Genite Leia. You could be Tay Jenna Leia. You could be Leia Jenna Tay. Jenna Tay. Like genitals. Anyway, shout out. Oh, can you repeat it and pronounce Leia Leah? Yeah. Jenna Tay Leah. My bad. So Leah Jenna Tay, Tay Leah Jenna still is applicable. You could still go with any of those three first names. If you get tired of Jenna, change it. It's only $80 at your local court. So why not? Every 10 years, just be like, I want to be Tay, or I want to be Leah. Sorry, not Leia. And just make it a fun thing. For the rest of your life, keep switching it up. Make it a fun thing. Nobody cares, and nobody will. Trump, unknown soldier, blah, blah, blah. He laid a wreath down. The second-term Republican president, maybe third term. We'll see how it goes. Remarks contrasted with his other more combative public comments from throughout the long holiday weekend, including an all-caps message sent just hours earlier that swung hard at his political opponents and federal judges. What was that? I don't think they're going to say what he tweeted. Anyway, he gave homage to the troops and the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. So, there you go. Doing the Lord's work. All right. President's crackdown sends a powerful message. U.S. soldiers keep guard at the border wall in New Mexico in an area known for human smuggling. Look at that fucking rocket launcher. That's a fucking rocket launcher. That's a fucking rocket launcher at the border. I mean, look, America's great, but if you aim that fucking thing at me, I'm staying in Mexico. Fuck that, dude. That's fucking too intense, man. I can't outrun a rocket from a launcher. Crossings at border take a sharp decline. There's a sharp decline in crossings, according to USA Today. Border Patrol agent Claudio Herrera steered his green and white Suburban up a hillside. It was 6:15 on a weekday in mid-May, a peak hour in what should have been peak season for illegal migration in southern New Mexico. But there was no sign of smugglers or migrants at the border. Only 2 U.S. soldiers in a pickup truck watched water bottles and clothes. So that's what they're doing now. There's no more smugglers, no more border crossers. It's just water bottles and clothes and trash. I'm not going to make a trash joke like Hinchcliffe did. But apparently the border is just trash. That's according to USA Today. I'm not making that up. We were averaging 2,700 individuals a day. Right now, just to give you a comparison, we're averaging between 60 and 70 individuals at the border. I'm assuming a lot of that has to do with this fucking rocket launcher aimed at the border. I'm assuming that's why there's a sharp decline in crossings. That's fucking insane, man. I mean, I'm not... How can you run from that? You can't. President Trump's crackdown on illegal migration is evident everywhere at the U.S.-Mexico border, especially in border patrols. Now quiet El Paso sector, which stretches 200 miles, blah, blah, blah. This used to be one of the busiest sections. So, there you go. You heard it from the horse's mouth. Sharp decline in border crossings. You can hand it to Trump, or you can hand it to that fucking rocket launcher. Who knows what's going on down there? I live as far away as you can from that area. About as far away as you can. I live in Michigan. The only border crossers we have that we don't like is people from Ohio. So if you're from Toledo, fuck off and stay in Toledo. Now, who gives a shit? Toledo and Michigan are the same. Ohio and Michigan are the same. They both suck. President Putin has gone crazy. He's gone fucking nuts, everybody. President Putin, of course, the infamous president of Russia, former USSR, has gone fucking nuts after latest attack. President Trump expressed his bewilderment after Russia's latest bombing of Ukraine, saying that Vladimir Putin has gone absolutely crazy. And for all you people watching from the UK, he's gone fucking bonkers. He's gone fucking bonkers. He's fucking out his fucking wit. He's fucking bonkers. I've always said that he it's very bad English accent. I've always said that he wants all of Ukraine. I've always said that he wants all of Ukraine. That's my Trump impersonation. You just gotta pretend there's like a little... You got throat cancer. I've always said he wants all of Ukraine. And you can get pretty close. That was about 20%. And maybe that's proving to be right. But if he does, it will lead to the downfall of Russia if he takes all of Ukraine, according to Trump. Trump said in a Truth Social post. Now, I don't know too much about this Truth Social. I've heard rumors of it. Is it its own entity, or is it like its little sector on Facebook? I haven't delved that deep into it. K-Jazz, you will be there shortly. You'll be in Russia shortly? May God protect you with his arms of kindness and gentleness, and may you not be blown up to smithereens by a drone. But it's likely that it will happen, so kudos to you, my friend. You're fighting a war that I don't want to fucking be in. Alright, Trump added that Putin is needlessly killing a lot of people, and I'm not just talking about soldiers. Missiles and drones are being shot into cities in Ukraine for no reason whatsoever. If someone had a gun to my head and said, do a Trump impression or I will kill you, then this channel is no more. Whoever wants to take over, message me in case that scenario comes up. Direct message me, email me, and we'll see if you're a likely candidate. Can you read the newspaper? If you can read the fucking newspaper, then you can take over my channel, okay? So message me below, comment, give me all your credentials, where you went to school, where you live, where you work, who you are married to, who you love, who you hate, all your friends, all your enemies, everything you've done ever in your life. Message me, and we will get your application started. I now understand why people don't buy the newspaper. This is so fucking inconvenient. Just like trying to find a place to fucking put this thing. I'm about to put it in the trash. I paid $3 for it. Wait, is this how you do it? You fold it up like that? I was reading it without folding it up. I think I figured it out. Russian forces launched a barrage of 367 drones and missiles at Ukrainian cities overnight, including Kiev, in the largest aerial attack of the war, killing 12 people. That doesn't seem like a lot. That seems very like a very few amount. 367 drones and missiles, and 12 people died. I mean, not to negate those 12 souls, but those must be some very inaccurate drones and missiles, or people are just like very bunkered in, hunkered down, or they're gone, or they've just left. Let's see. Trump has tried to get both sides to agree to a ceasefire, and spoke for more than 2 hours with Putin earlier this month. So, spoke for 2 hours. That doesn't seem like a sufficient amount of time for two leaders of the world, free world, of big superpowers, I should say, to talk. Seems like they should talk for maybe days, not 2 hours. So, makes sense that nothing's getting done. The Kremlin on May 26 took issue with Trump's claim that Putin had gone crazy and thanked the U.S. leader for his assistance in launching Ukraine peace negotiations. Following the May 19 conversation, Trump said peace talks would begin immediately after his Russian counterpart refused, blah, blah, blah. In his post on May 25th, Trump blamed Zelensky. I'll get the newspaper in the shot so it's not that confusing what I'm doing. He blamed Zelensky for the ongoing war. He was doing his country no favors. Everything out of his mouth causes problems. I don't like it, and it better stop, Trump wrote on Truth Social. This was not the first time Trump has blamed Zelensky for failing to prevent Russia's invasion. Trump slammed Ukraine for the war in February before an Oval Office dispute. He's always looking to purchase missiles, Trump said of Zelensky. When you start a war, you've got to know you can win the war, right? You don't start a war against somebody that's 20 times your size and then hope that people give you some... Such a horrible impression. I'm trying to practice it, though, so... it'll get better. Or maybe it won't. New threat to Harvard. Loss of $3 billion in grants. Harvard has lost over $3 billion. President Donald Trump is continuing his second term assault on Harvard with a Memorial Day threat to pull $3 billion in federal grants, while signaling an unexpected potential beneficiary if he follows through America's trade schools. I am considering taking $3 billion of grant money away from a very anti-Semitic Harvard and giving it to trade schools all across our land, Trump wrote. What a great investment that would be for the USA and so badly needed. 3 exclamation marks after that sentence. Trump and Harvard have been at odds after his January inauguration, with the Republican president targeting the Ivy League schools' tax-exempt status. I did not know they were tax-exempt. And a lot of the wealthiest people, the most well-known people in politics, government, and media come from Harvard, and they're tax-exempt. Kind of weird, kind of odd, eh? It's federal funding, it's international student body, blah, blah, blah. Harvard has far withstood pressure from the administration to change its hiring, admissions, and other practices to align with Trump's political priorities. The university and other elite schools have faced allegations of failing to protect Jewish students from anti-Semitism. How do you protect students from anti-Semitism? I mean, you gonna get them off the internet? I mean, how do you control that? You can't control hate, people. It's in the Bible. Look it up. Harvard has fought back in the courts, winning a temporary restraining order. Yeah. Most recently, the administration demanded a list of Harvard's foreign students. So, Trump and Harvard don't get along. And it seems like they would, because Trump's, a rich guy, kind of a well-to-do, well-known figure, and yet he's giving all their grant money to trade schools, which I'm going to guess that Trump's never been in a trade in his life. I don't think Trump ever went to plumbing school. So it's just more pandering to poor people, in my opinion. We don't get very political on this channel, but how can you avoid it? It's the fucking USA Today. It's everywhere. All right, this is, if you live on the coasts, this might be for you. Coasts face crisis as land sinks. Seas rise. That sounds like a day after tomorrow scenario. So the world's ending. We're all gonna die. And it's nice knowing all of you. Starting a Patreon soon. So before the world ends, the day after tomorrow, I'll get that link up, and you can give me as much money as you possibly can. That way I can live out my fantasy of buying a Corvette, a 1999 Corvette, and racing it as fast as it will go down the road, and just having the best time of my life. That's my number one goal, is buying a brand new 1999 Corvette, going 200 miles an hour down a back road, and seeing how far I can go till I hit a tree or a brick wall or a cop. That's my only goal in life. So get me to that goal. Get me that 1999 Corvette. I'll put the Patreon link in my channel, on my channel, very soon, before the world ends. Okay, coast again face crisis as land sinks. Seas rise. Sorry for the nose itching. Did a bunch of coke in the bathroom earlier. At-risk real estate across U.S. could total billions. A slow-moving crisis of sinking land and rising water is playing out along America's coastline. In the past 100 years, sea levels have climbed about a foot or more in some U.S. cities. New York, Boston, Charleston, Atlantic City, Norfolk, and Galveston. Anybody from those unfortunate towns? You don't have long. Seas are forecast to rise from 8 inches to 23 inches by 2050, with the higher increases along the northern Gulf Coast, mid-Atlantic. Every inch of additional water is expected to move farther inland, making flood events worse and putting properties at risk. Meanwhile, in many coastal areas, the land is sinking, making flooding a greater issue. What is causing this? As atmospheric temperatures increase, the ocean absorbs more heat. So think about that. As atmospheric temperatures increase, the ocean absorbs more heat. Follow me? Which makes the water expand in volume. Because if you've ever heated water, it'll expand. It's the same principle of physics that causes the liquid in a thermometer to expand as it gets hotter. Okay, so that was the better analogy. That was immediately after mine. Glaciers and ice sheets are melting at an accelerated rate. especially in Greenland and Antarctica. So we want to buy Greenland, but it's fucking melting. So, oh, maybe that's a smart move. You buy the land that's melting, so all the good land is there, all the soil, easier to manipulate the ground when there's no fucking sheets of ice, right? Adding more water to the oceans. A study published on May 20 found that the ice is melting faster than expected. Even a little rise in water means lots more flooding. Higher high tide supercharged by rising sea levels could flood all or parts of an estimated $34 billion worth of real estate along the nation's coasts. If you're from Oregon, along the nation's coasts within just 30 years, a 2022 report found. So a little bit of water goes a long ways. Just like a little bit of love can go a long ways, and that's the message tonight is love. But also that I spent $3 on this fucking newspaper. Very inconvenient to read. Okay, so subsidence is another problem. Another problem is that the land is sinking, making flooding a greater issue called subsidence. The most common cause of the sinking is a massive ongoing groundwater extraction. A study found, published on May 8th, found other forces are at work in some places. So, yeah, people are taking excess groundwater out of the ground and lowering the fucking ground. So, that's not good. Well, that was most of the news in a nutshell. Oh, God, I hate moving a fucking... manipulating a paper is so horrible. Newspapers are just the worst. Let's see. Don't let May get away without looking up. All right? We're almost to the end of May, but USA Today wants you to look up. They want you to look up, everybody. And let's see why. May is nearing an end, but the night sky still has plenty to offer for stargazers. If you're a stargazer, raise your hand. This article's for you. Several visible planets, a new moon, Venus's pull from the sunrise, and just knocked over my dog's food dish. Sorry about that. Fido. His name's Fido. All right. And Manhattanhenge will all occur within the coming week. Throughout the remainder of May, Jupiter, Saturn, and Venus are visible in the early morning and evening hours. In the evening, Jupiter will be visible low toward the western horizon each night, and in the mornings, both Venus and Saturn will be visible in the sky, shining in the east for about an hour before sunrise, according to Earth Sky. So make sure you put all your plans away for Memorial Day weekend for this week and look up, motherfuckers, because you're going to see some cool ass shit with Venus and the moon. Planets aren't the only things to keep an eye out for. Big Dipper appears like a dot-to-dot kitchen ladle. In the northern hemisphere, the Big Dipper is visible among the horizon continuously. Big Dipper. That was always one of my favorite constellations. And it shares the Little Dipper, of course. I always loved the Big Dipper. Reminded me of a big old spoon. And I thought that was pretty cool. Still do. Still love constellations and stars, and Orion, that's another hit. That's another good one. Wish I could name more, but love the stars, always have, always will. Leo the lion. You can use the Big Dipper to locate Leo the lion. Find the Big Dipper's pointer stars located on the outer edge of the ladle. Draw an imaginary line southward to locate Leo. The constellation's most prominent feature is a backward question mark, which is Leo's head and mane. Pretty cool. Yeah, you can find a fucking lion in the sky. It's kind of scary. May 27th, new moon. The next new moon will fall at around 11:02 on May 27th. The moon won't be visible, it says. So it'll be a new moon, but you can't see the moon. And Manhattan Henge in New York City. Manhattan Henge in New York City. Of course, this is the infamous shot of New York City, right in between the skyscrapers. And let's see. Manhattan Henge happens twice a year when the setting sun is aligned with the east-west streets of Manhattan's main grid, illuminating both the north and south sides of the borough. The upcoming Manhattan Henge will occur at around 8:13 p.m. May 28th. And if you're in Manhattan, first of all, good luck. I've been to Manhattan one time, and it was extremely overwhelming. Too many sights, too many sounds, too many buildings. Just completely overwhelmed my senses. So if you're there, good luck. I hope you have a good time. And go check out Central Park. Do some jogging. Do some running. Meet someone that's handing out bread to pigeons, because that person will be the most interesting person you'll ever meet. Like the old lady in Home Alone. The little asshole kid judged her at first and then found out she was the nicest lady in the world. She ended up saving the little fucker from those evil men, Joe Pesci and the other guy. So go meet a pigeon lady. If you're in Central Park, you'll probably get some words of wisdom, or she'll stab you in the throat with a knife. It can only go one or two ways. But why not take a chance? All you're doing is watching me, so why not take a chance? Well, that's the main news for USA Today. Let's move on to the lesser news. And now we're getting into the celebrity section. So if anybody out there loves gossip, if I have any women watching the channel, I'd be very surprised if there's any women watching the channel here. But, and not that women only love gossip, but I'm generalizing, of course. Here we go. Here's life in USA Today. How was your day, Demi Lovato? Demi Lovato's Forever with Jordan Lutz has officially begun. Is it Lutz or Lutz? I was corrected a little bit ago on the chat, so I want to make sure that I'm saying everybody's name correct, because you guys will call me out. So, the pop star and musician boyfriend, Jordan Lutz, married on May 25th during a ceremony in California. Lovato confirmed the nuptials come a year and a half after the couple announced their engagement on social media. Photos shared by Vogue showed Lovato's corseted off-the-shoulder gown, which was custom made by Vivienne Westwood. Blah, blah, blah. I cannot wait to marry you. Blah, blah, blah. The past 3 years have been the best 3 years of my life. And she thanks him for that. It's your birthday. All right. If your birthday was today, May 27th, then you are in good company. Maybe. Andre 3000 is 50. Hey ya! Hey ya! Shake it like a Polaroid picture. That song talks about you think you're in love with someone and it's the wrong person, and y'all don't want to hear what I'm saying. Y'all just want to dance. Lily Rose Depp is 26. Paul Bettany, 54. And then we got our horoscopes for today. Yeah. I don't give a fuck about that. Pee Wee Herman examines the man behind the gray suit. As we all know, Pee Wee Herman, Paul Reubens, got caught whacking off in a movie theater, but we won't hold him to that. It was a one-time thing. They didn't have the internet back then. You'd had to go into a movie theater to masturbate, or you had the Sears catalog, or you had Vogue. If you're old enough to remember whacking off to Vogue. I am a little young for that, but Nip Tuck was a good show I used to watch. And being 13 was a hell of a time with dial-up, let me tell you. Anyway, Pee Wee examines the man. They made a whole documentary on Pee Wee, blah, blah, blah. I really want to set the record straight on a couple things, and that's pretty much it, said Reubens before he died. This is what he said. Reubens also addressed topics, blah, 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 including his sexuality and trouble with the law. Now, this is a highly debated topic because apparently an FBI agent was in the movie theater when Pee Wee Herman was doing the horrible thing. And that seems like what's the word for that? Like entrapment. Seem also kind of gay, also kind of weird that that's your assignment for the day. Can you imagine that's your assignment as an FBI agent? Yeah, follow Pee Wee Herman into the movie theater and video him whacking off. It's for the good of the country. Without this, you will not get a raise. You will not get an award. You're a horrible field agent, and we will not hire you. So, terrible thing. Hey, what up, chill kid? Chill kid op. That's what the kids say. Ops. Like, you know, is that supposed to be short for cops or opposition or oppression? I never quite got that one cleared because I never cared to fucking look into it. I'm old. I'm gonna be 39. Can you believe that? 39. I remember 9/11. How many out there remember 9/11? I was in school and we just got done doing something with our ABCs, and the teacher rolled in. She rolled in a TV. Back then we had TVs on these trays. She rolled it in and said, "Look at this," and it was the Twin Towers on fire. So great memory when I was in school. It means an enemy. Okay, so but like opposition, right? An enemy, opposition. Because then why don't people just say M? Yo, the M coming at me. Watch out for the M. I gotta fight these M's all day long. Eminem probably wouldn't be happy with that. Reubens was anxious about coming out as gay. Did you guys know that Pee Wee Herman was gay? Says it right here in fucking USA Today that I bought for $3 today at a gas station. The guy looked at me weird too when I bought. For all of you just coming into the chat, I bought 3 fucking newspapers today. Just thought it'd be a different, fun way to read the news. And the guy behind the counter almost was in shock that I was purchasing these newspapers. Spent $10 for 3 of them. Don't know if that's a good deal because I've never bought a newspaper a day in my life. But that's what we're doing tonight, and I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty boring. But we're just hanging out, reading the news. So if you're more bored than that, hopefully this brings your day up. Yeah, I believe it too, chill kid. I believe that he was probably gay. In Pee Wee as himself, Rubens remembers he fell in love instantly at a party with a painter named Gay. Oh, Guy. I thought that said gay. I thought he fell in love with a dude named Gay. No, the guy's name was Guy. Uh, Pee Wee Herman says their relationship eclipsed his sense of self and ambitions, and that was a threat too great to bear. Uh, yeah, so he said his career would have suffered if he was openly gay, so I went to great lengths for many, many years to hide it. Didn't hide it that well. It's kind of obvious, in my opinion. And not that there's anything wrong with that, I'm just saying. Pee Wee Herman's Playhouse, I mean, come on. The guy was a neat freak, dressed real nice. Talked like this! Not that gay people talk like that, but, he was very dainty. He would walk around like this. Today we're gonna talk to the vacuum! Like, who talks to their vacuum? Number one, just the fact that he acknowledged he had a vacuum, acknowledged that he was a clean guy, so I would say pretty obvious he was gay. What time is it here? If I pull down my screen, I hope it won't stop the live. 12:59 a.m. in the morning, Eastern time. Chill, kid. I live on the East Coast. Not really. I live in the Midwest. Okay, live action Lilo and Stitch makes changes, adds more Hawaiian flavor. As if Lilo and Stitch didn't have enough Hawaiian flavor with the fucking name Lilo and Stitch, they're adding more. Spoiler alert, we're discussing major plot details from Disney's live action Lilo and Stitch. I really don't want to read this article. I'll just skim over it. Yeah, so it's a live action. It's a live action thing. The new movie has all the Elvis songs and droll one-liners that you love. Kind of insulting they're kind of insulting it. Droll one-liners. But with a bevy of notable changes that diehard Disney fans will catch as well. Here are some of the major differences. Lilo's big sister, Nanny. Oh, man, I just want to kill myself reading the rest of that. I'm sorry, guys. Here's an ad. Lech Walesa, the former president of Poland, is going to be on tour in the United States. That guy definitely looks like he was the former president of Poland. If there was ever a man that looked like the former president of Poland, I think he wins that contest. Oh, thanks for subbing there, chill kid. I appreciate that because I don't tell people to sub. If you like what I'm doing, cool. I really don't give a shit if people sub or not. I mean, I am glad you did, but I'm just saying, like, I just find it very insulting to people's intelligence to say like and sub. If you're on YouTube, you know that that's an option in the corner, is like and sub. So I feel like it's an attack on people's intelligence, and Don't like it. Anyway, Lech Walesa is coming to a town near you. I guarantee it. And if I'm wrong, we'll leave it at that because I don't have any money. Oh, appreciate that. Appreciate that, chill kid. Well, I am setting up a Patreon. I feel a little weird about it because I've never done that before, but I really want to use like some of those funds for like this, buying the newspaper or just going out on the street and the gas to go out on the street, will be from the Patreon. Um, but Patreon also has their own little sect of like videos. You can do videos on there, so I'll probably get a little bit into that. I'm new to it, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah, my parents didn't have a lot of money either, dude. They were very poor, very poor. My dad was a carpenter, and when I tell people that, they're like, "Oh, what did he build? Was did he build houses?" And I tell them, "No, he literally laid carpet down." So I don't know the correct term for a person who lays down carpet and installs carpet. Is it still a carpenter? Because the name carpet's in carpenter. No, I'm in my semi truck, bro. It actually does remind me of an airplane. That's funny that you said that. Yep, this is my truck. This is my jail cell. This is where I go to die. This is where I will go to die. It's where I eat, sleep, and all of the above. I won't tell you everything I do in here. I read the newspaper in here. What were you thinking? All right. Lech Walesa is coming to LA, Phoenix, San Diego, Oakland, Seattle, Denver, Houston, Austin, Dallas, Atlanta, Pittsburgh, Minneapolis, St. Louis, Toronto, Detroit. He's coming near me. I live near Detroit in Michigan, Michigan boy. And the former president of Poland is coming near my house. So apparently he's gonna talk about the course of history. So if you guys live in any of those cities or near any of those cities, starting in August, he's gonna kick it off August 31st in LA, and he's gonna end in Vancouver on October 30th. So if there's any Canadians in the chat, you're in luck, motherfuckers, because you got the former president of Poland. God, he looks like he's just gonna roll out a tank or something. He looks way too serious. Something about him, though. You were just LA? Is that what you're referring to? Is that where you were, chill kid? Is LA? He looks like Walter White. Um, well, he's definitely white and has white hair. I know my resolution sucks on this phone. You know who he reminds me of? He reminds me of every single person I've ever seen in Poland. He just has that look about him. I don't know. Oh, Detroit? You were in Detroit? Well, shit, man. You were less than an hour from me. Should have stopped by. Should have stopped by and said, hey, what's up, hit or miss? And then we would have had a very awkward, probably, time, because I'm not good with social face-to-face interactions. I'm much better at whatever the fuck this is. So what you probably would have came over, said, hey, what up, hit or miss? And I would have been like, what up, chill kid? And that would have been it. That probably would have been the extent of the interaction. I'm just being honest. Just being honest. And it's not you, it's everyone. I've just never been great at talking to people face to face. When you get me drunk, though, different story. Different story. Yeah, hockey, I gotta adjust. My ass is falling asleep. Hockey, I'm kind of hit or miss on. You know why I chose the name hit or miss? Is because everybody uses it. I probably hear that term every fucking day of my life. It was more of a strategic kind of thing. But anyway, hockey is a little bit hit or miss because I don't like how long it takes for them to score a goal. But I do like the crudeness of it. The fights, the checking. It's a very physical sport. I don't think many people realize how physical hockey is. But you're fucking sweating like a motherfucker in those giant suits of armor, pretty much. You're skating almost 20 miles an hour. It's nonstop action. So I love hockey because it's nonstop action, pretty much. But the only thing that gets me away from it is how long it takes to score a goal. Unfortunately. I don't know what means. I don't know what a lot of things mean, dude. I'm not Stephen Hawking, although he's dead, so. Rest in peace. Guy in the wheelchair. The man in the wheelchair knew everything about life. But yet, where is he now? Apparently, he didn't know everything. Let's see. We're talking about Pee Wee Herman, if you're just joining us, whose name is Paul Reubens. He talks about his arrests. It was important to clear his name. This documentary examines what happened to Reubens' arrests. The response I've heard is that people really believe that what happened to Paul was unjust. Reubens denied the masturbation accusation at the time and says in the documentary, I still feel the effects at all the time. He pleaded no contest. A decade later, authorities raided Paul Reubens' home, where he kept an art collection of gay erotica. So Pee Wee Herman kept a collection of gay erotica, which could be anything. Chicken jockey. I like how theaters had to tell 12-year-olds to not flip the fuck out when Jack Black says that line. If I had to work at a movie theater, I'd be pretty fucking upset also. Not gonna lie. A bunch of 12 and 13-year-olds making a fucking mess everywhere while I get paid $8 an hour to clean it up. Wouldn't be a fun time for me. The message Reubens recorded a day before his death. Reubens died before he could sit for a final interview. In the last months of Paul's life, he was in a loving relationship. Probably gay, right? Probably with a dude. As we established, which is fine. Nothing wrong with that. He was surrounded by his closest friends. I think he was embracing the fullness of his life in those last days. The day before he died, Reubens recorded an audio message. It doesn't say what the audio message was. Way to build us up, USA Today. You didn't even tell us what the fucking audio message was. You thought it was a gun. Yeah, I hope I get a lot of money too. Earlier in the first part of the stream, I was telling people my only main goal with money is to buy a 1999 Corvette and race it as fast as it'll fucking go. And it's really my only main goal if I had a lot of money. So we'll see. 1999 Corvette's not that much. Maybe I could probably get one for 20,000, like a really nice one. And why 1999, you ask? Because it's the first year that popped into my head. Really, any Corvette would do. But I love a Corvette though. Really do love a Corvette. Well, we got puzzles, of course, on the back of the USA Today. If you're new to USA Today, of course they have crossword puzzles and Sudoku if you're a woman. No, guys can play it too, but you don't see it as much. You can play Ken Ken and Kubak, and they have the answers right there for you. So if you're a complete fucking loser, an idiot, you can look at the answers right down there on the same page. I would be looking at the answers, by the way. All right, so that concludes the gossip column of USA Today. We're going to take a little intermission here and resituate ourselves. Our next section is going to be sports. And chill kid's probably going to go nuts for the sports section, but I need to find where my drink is. I need to get up and walk around so I can prevent blood clots in my ass. Ah! Hurts to move. When you get in your 30s, you'll realize it. Grab my Body Armor Zero Sugar. Lime Super Drink, now available at fine retailers near you. And that includes you, chill kid. I am not sponsored by Body Armor. By Body Armor. I got an eye thing. I got this eye thing. Won't go away. All right, sports. Here we go. Ba 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 doop ba ba ba. Baseball superlatives aplenty. Who the fuck watches baseball? Does anybody watch baseball? Aaron Judge is seeking his third. I gotta have the newspaper in the shot. What am I doing? I'm fucking it up for you guys. Aaron Judge is seeking his third AL MVP award. The Yankees right fielder had 18 home runs. Good Lord. That's a lot, right? In a season? I guess that's a lot. Most MVP, Aaron Judge. He's the first American League player in history to hit 17 homers with a batting average as high as 398 in a team's first 50 games. Okay, so in the team's first 50 games, he shot 17 homers and did his 18th one recently. So good on that guy. Right on. And as far as baseball, I used to be a huge baseball nut when I was younger. Wanted to be a pitcher. I had the whole backyard net thing where you threw it and the ball would come back at you with the red target in the middle. Often it would go over the neighbor's fence. My neighbor was, he was a gay guy, so he was very nice about it. He even cleaned my ball. Anyway, but no, I had a very fascination with baseball, and I don't hate baseball. But again, the same thing with hockey. It takes forever to get a score. Maybe my attention span is worse. I think it is. I think it's worse than it was when I was younger. Honestly. Most valuable pitcher, Tarek Skubal. Tigers, baby. Tigers, baby. Skubal, baby. That's not how people in Detroit talk. This is how people in Detroit talk. Detroit talk like this. He is threatening to become the first American League pitcher to win back-to-back Cy Young Awards. It's still unfathomable that everyone but Seattle refused to give him a scholarship. I should be keeping up with the Tigers. I know that they have the best record in the MLB, right? Or at least they did like last week. But he's most valuable pitcher. You got a rookie card of is it Ovechkin or Ovetkin on hockey, and he beat the world record of the most goals. Did he do that this year? My buddy's a hockey nerd, so I know of Ovechkin or Ovetkin or whatever. I did not know he did that. That's fucking cool. Maybe it's in the USA Today. We'll find out. Best rookie, Jacob Wilson of the Oakland Athletics. Oakland's a scary place if you've never been. Wilson leads all rookies in virtually every statistical category in the A shortstop. Worst first impression, Juan Soto, New York Mets. Stop me if I name your favorite team, by the way. New York Mets. Worst first impression. You don't want to have that on the USA Today. Good Lord. Sure, everyone in the game knows it can be rough adjusting, switching teams, but this is a guy who spent all last season in New York. He simply switched boroughs, not coasts. The transition shouldn't be this difficult, and he's had the body language of someone who discovered his luxurious hotel accommodations are actually a Motel 6. Wow, what a horrible thing to write about someone. 40 years old. Holy shit, dude. Wow, that's old in hockey. I know that much. Just goes to show you that there's some tough mofos out there. Maybe they're on shit that's keeping them going this long. I often think if like people like Tom Brady are they just have access to medications we don't, because the guy's not human. Playing till you're 45? That's crazy. Worst trade rumor. Pittsburgh Pirates? Any Pirates fans? Any butt Pirates? No. Pittsburgh Pirates. Sorry, I misspoke again. The Pittsburgh Pirates will start listening to offers for ace Paul Skeens. Yeah. So if your name is Paul Skeens, look out. Pittsburgh Pirates want you. Biggest wasted performance, Texas Rangers have stolen the identity of the Mariners. They have pitched brilliantly with the best starting rotation in the American League, but they can't hit. Best of empathy, the Chicago White Sox are on the same miserable pace as a year ago when they lost a record 121 games. Holy shit, that can't be real. But now are feeling downright sad for the Colorado Rockies, who are on pace to obliterate their record and finish 73 games out of first place. Ew, yikes. That's pretty bad. Pretty bad record going on. Oh, he'll be done next year? Yeah, 40. So he'll be 41. That's, wait, who am I? Gordie Howe. Didn't he play till he was 50 or something? 55? Arguably one of the best hockey players of the time. Gordie Howe. Wayne Gretzky, I think he played pretty old too. Pretty sure he did. Is that really tall guy still on the Boston, what's the Boston name? Boston, anyway, I can't think of their name. but the really tall 7-foot dude, Chava or something. Is he still playing? That guy's scary. It reminds me of Shrek. It's like if Shrek put on a pair of skates. Scary. It's a big man. Bruins! Good Lord. My friend would slice my fucking arteries open if he heard me not knowing the name of those guys. He's no longer there. Yeah, that guy was scary. Some 7-foot monster on the ice. I don't even know. How did, seems like impossible to be that big and be on the ice. Worst excuse, Baltimore Orioles GM declined to speak publicly for 4 days after firing their manager. The reason? He was busy. What the hell is there to do in Baltimore? That's a poor excuse. What, are you gonna go watch a bridge be built, rebuilt? New York Yankees have the best pivot. These are going by categories, by the way. So best pivot, Yankees. The Yankees offered $760 million to Juan Soto. Didn't we just read about Juan Soto? Oh, the guy that went to the Mets. Yeah, they offered him $760 fucking million. Holy shit. Holy shit, dude. That can't be real. $760 million? They quickly turned around and used the money to land ace Max Fried, and some other people that no one gives a shit about, probably. All right, I'm getting bored with baseball. I should have stopped like 10 minutes ago. Kicking ass. Yeah, more baseball. So much baseball. There's just a whole page dedicated to baseball. I'd like to move on to a different sport. I don't hate baseball, but I want to just keep it flowing. Let's keep it moving. Oklahoma reaches. This is softball. This is women's softball, so we're gonna keep going here. Cornell men rule in NCAA lacrosse. We're gonna keep it moving here. No offense if you like lacrosse, but the only lacrosse I like is a Buick. We had one growing up, and it was a fine automobile. All right, everybody, I found a different sport. NASCAR, or racing in general. When am I going to be live? Like, again, you mean? What's today? It's Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. I don't know, maybe tomorrow. It's very hit or miss. Yeah, I'm very all over the place. I wish I could give you a definitive. You'll just have to watch the channel. Hit that bell. No, don't hit the bell. It feels cringe even saying that. I don't know. If you're subscribed, I'll come up on your feed. So if you're a YouTube junkie like I am, I guess you'll see me. Wish I could give you more concrete than that, chill kid, but I can't. I will say that I'm on it usually late around this time. Usually 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. is when you'll catch me. So, thank you for subbing, by the way, and thanks for joining me reading the newspaper. Never thought I'd say that. Sprichst du auch Deutsch? Nein. Actually, a little bit. I know numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I am what would it be? 31. Dreizig. Dreizehn? Ah, shit. 29. 29. 13. 13. Eine? Eine 13. I forgot what 31 was. Yeah, I forgot what. When you get to 30. 13. 13. Eine. Eine 13. Zwei 13. No, that's not right. That's not right. Paulo fends off Ericsson. Cruel whims of Indy 500. Alex Paulo is climbing out of the fastest car of his life. Ein und 13. Ah, I forgot about the und. I forgot you guys have the und. 31. Yeah, I am 31. I really only kind of know numbers in Deutsch. German. If you're into racing, Alex Palos climbing out of the fastest car of his life, and he won the Indianapolis 500, everybody. Let's get some better lighting in here. This is atrocious. This is atrocious lighting. Let's see if that's any better. He won the Indianapolis 500. And there's a whole article on it, but you get the idea. The guy won. Ross Chastain wins after starting race last. The story of the day was supposed to be Kyle Larson running the double, starting and completing the Indianapolis 500. So Kyle Larson's in the Indy racing? I didn't know that. Larson did take the headlines, but it wasn't for completing the 1,100-mile day. It was for a pair of did not finishes. Larson wrecked on lap 99 or 91 at the IndyCar Series. And Ross Chastain celebrates victory after winning the Coca-Cola 600. So shout out to Ross Chastain if you're watching. You're God's gift to man. You are the best NASCAR driver that has ever been and ever will be. So you can die happy knowing you're better than everyone. No one will beat you. You're better than Dale Earnhardt. Monaco win for a boost for Norris. Someone won the Grand Prix in Monaco. And Monaco, where is that? Monaco, Spain? Is that where Monaco is? Or Italy? I forget. But it's probably a better place than here. Ben Griffin silences the haters in Texas. I never thought I'd see the sentence haters in Texas in the same headline. Apparently there's haters in Texas. I just figured there's a bunch of people with guns in Texas. It took just 4 weeks for Ben Griffin to go from never having won a PGA Tour to becoming a 2-time winner. He sank a nervy 4-foot putt at the last hole. I have no clue how PGA Tours work. Is there just one every week? Is there one every year? I don't even know how the PGA Tour works. Angel Cabrera making up for major lost time. He's an old man that won the senior PGA. So, good for him. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, Our hockey fan, chill kid, left before I could get to the hockey section, but it's all good. We'll read it for him. Team USA wins first international hockey world title since 1933. Good Lord. That's too long. That's way too long. Stockholm. The U.S. claimed a thrilling 1-0 victory over Switzerland. Is that thrilling? Scoring 1 goal. Its first gold medal at the tournament since 1933. That's kind of embarrassing, honestly. Wow. All right, let's just do a rapid fire here. Baseball. We're going to read every team and what they've done. Here's a quick summarization. You just got to trust me. Los Angeles Dodgers. Shohei Ohtani touches 97 miles per hour in his first batting practice. Philadelphia Phillies. Zach Wheeler gave up 2 earned runs. Detroit Tigers dropped 3 of 4 versus Cleveland. New York Mets. Brett Beatty playing himself. Infielder, 5 home runs. Chicago Cubs. Drew Pomeroy, who haven't pitched in the majors since 2021, give up home run. New York Yankees, Devin Williams finding his footing in the Bronx with a 7th consecutive scoreless outing since May 7th. San Francisco Giants, let's talk about Robbie, rookie, being 7-0. San Diego Padres, Jake Cronenworth, 70 looking the hitter wins. St. Louis Cardinals, Long Island native Steven Martz thriving in a hybrid role. Could be a hot free agent. Cleveland Guardians, Hunter Gaddy is tied for the MLB lead with 13 holds. Seattle Mariners, George Kirby got hit in his first start. Minnesota Twins cut loose by the Phillies after 0-6 start. Cody Clemens has a 1-0 ops. Kansas City Royals. Kansas City's 3.22 ballpark ERA ranks 3rd in the American League. Houston Astros. Jeremy Pena quietly off to the stellar start with a career bust and average. Tampa Bay Rays riding a 5-game winning streak into Memorial Day. Rays racked up 38 steals. Arizona Diamondbacks. Zach Gallen isn't doing himself any favors. Cincinnati Reds. Austin A's just keeps hitting, now with a .95 ops. Atlanta Braves. Ronald Acuna Jr. back with a bang, honoring his first 2 games. Milwaukee Brewers top pitching prospect Jacob Moroseski has a 1.5 ERA in Class AAA and hit blah blah. Texas Rangers Nathan Eovaldi is at 1.6 ERA. Boston Red Sox Alex Bregman will be out for a while with quad injury, opening the door for top prospect Marcelo Mayer. Washington Nationals Jackson Rutledge carving out a relief role. Toronto Blue Jays George Springer was in a 2-for-29 slump entering Memorial Day. Athletics Yolo County has been kind of rookie of the year. Los Angeles Angels, Mike Trout could see more time as the designated hitter. Miami Marlins, Cameron Norby turning it on, hitting .370 with 9 RBAs in his last 13 games. Pittsburgh Pirates, Jared Jones, ankle injury, will sideline him for the next year. Baltimore Orioles, things continue to getting worse, losing 6 of their first 9 after firing manager Brandon Hyde. Chicago White Sox, Lewis Robert batting .190 with a .588 ups. Leads the majors with 20 steals. And Colorado Rockies, they won a game against the Yankees. That's the headline for the Rockies. They won a game. Not doing too well, Colorado Rockies. Let's see. And then we got the Oilers. So we got some NHL. We'll finish it out. It's getting pretty late. Edmonton Oilers have the upper hand in the NHL Western Conference after a 6-1 Game 3 victory over the visiting Dallas Stars. To a man, the Oilers know they have not delivered peak performance, yet claim to have a 2-1 lead. And finally, in sports, Cat imposes will on Pacers, ignites Knicks. Knicks center Karl Anthony Towns shoots over Pacers center Miles Turner in Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Yeah, so I didn't even know who was in the finals. Apparently it's the Knicks and the Pacers. So there's sports. We did gossip. This is the last section of USA Today, money. Some of you guys have it, some of you don't. They say money doesn't buy happiness. But those people have never been on a fucking yacht with a helicopter pad. TSA. Let's read about the TSA. Possibility of privatizing TSA has been divisive idea. And you got a picture of some asshole doing a Hitler salute to a man with a backpack. I cannot get a good lighting angle on this. That's the TSA agent right there. He's giving some sort of high five or salute to this sketchy looking man in a backpack. So, agency chief says it's hearing that nothing is off the table. The possibility of privatizing TSA has been a divisive idea. The agency was created specifically in response to the failures of the private airport screening models and the terrorist attacks on 9/11. Proponents of prioritizing TSA argue that doing so would save money. So again, about money. Walmart laying off 1,500 workers. If you work at Walmart, you might want to look for a job at Costco. Or maybe Target is hiring. Walmart is laying off about 1,500 corporate employees across various departments. Oh, within its home office in Arkansas. So if you don't live in Arkansas, I'm not going to say you don't have anything to worry about because you live in fucking Arkansas. Floods, tornadoes, crime, low IQ, people at Waffle House getting into it. Bond yields rise as the tax bill moves forward. Work till you drop. America's average retirement age is rising. Over the past 3 decades, it has risen 3 years. For men, 64, 62 for women. So people are retiring later. Americans are living longer and working longer. And when they say we're living longer, they mean by like a year or two. It's not really leaps and bounds. And then there's some more boring shit. Retailers sound alarm on tariff-induced price hikes. Mattel, the maker of Barbie, said it plans to raise prices on American toys in response to the Trump administration's trade policies. So kids are going to have to be paying more for their Barbies. Their parents. Their parents are going to be having to pay more. Best Buy, in its most recent earnings, Best Buy CEO projected that prices for consumers would rise. Mattel, same thing. Walmart, despite exceeding sales expectations in the first quarter, Walmart may soon increase prices for shoppers because of tariffs. Target slashed its annual sales forecast on May 21st after reporting a sharp decline in quarterly sales. Target executives did not say whether they would raise prices. Amazon said it won't list tariff costs next to products. They're just going to hide it from you. So Amazon's not going to put the extra tariff prices on their products. They're just going to pretend it's not there. Out of sight, out of mind, right? Home Depot holding steady on prices. One retailer that plans to keep prices stable is Home Depot. We intend to generally maintain our current pricing levels across our portfolio. We intend to generally maintain. So, probably lying. Probably don't know what the hell they're talking about. Probably making it sound good to everyone. A lot of uncertainty in the world, especially in finance. That was it. That was the USA Today. And I hope you maybe walked away with a little bit more insight into the world, what's going on. It's a lot going on. It's a lot more than any human can ever fathom. And they write this shit every day, which astounds me. Like, how do they do that? Like, okay, so the USA Today is a nationwide publication, right? How does this get to my local Speedway gas station every day at the same time? They that astounds me. Out of everything that we read, that's the most astounding to me. So there's USA Today. Tomorrow, maybe tomorrow, we'll be back with the Detroit Free Press and the Jackson Citizen Patriot, which of course they'll be a day old, but I don't really want to keep these live streams going on too long because you start to run out of content. That's the only thing I have against live streaming is people just sit there and stare at the camera and say like, subscribe, like. For what? You're just sitting there. It's one of my biggest gripes and it grinds my gears. At the very least, say something. Body Armor, zero sugar. Available at a fine retailer near you. We are, of course, looking for a sponsor for the channel. This is a fine product. It's the best sports drink on the market. Lemon lime, zero sugar, electrolytes, antioxidants, B vitamins, and natural flavors and sweeteners. So it's good for you. Probably. Body Armor. Send this to, go ahead and clip this. All you tech savvy folk, send this to Body Armor. Say hit or miss wants a new Corvette. And unlimited free drinks would be nice. I get real thirsty doing these live streams, so Body Armor. Nothing beats Body Armor. No caffeine. We're just a little channel here, but I'm sure Body Armor could dig deep in their pockets and look into their heart and say, there's a guy we could sponsor. He loves our product. And you will too. Guaranteed. Nothing's guaranteed in life, but you'll probably like it. It's the spot. We'll hang out here a little bit more. Reading an entire newspaper surprisingly takes the breath out of you and gets you real dehydrated real quick. A guy earlier asked if I was in an airplane, and It does look like an airplane, a little bit. But it's not. It's my truck. It's my semi-truck, of course. That's where we are. Definitely sort of resembles an airplane. The only thing I don't like about it is the seat. The seat doesn't really go back. I can't really lean the seat back. In an airplane, you can even, a little bit, but can't do that in a truck. Of course, we're hitting our Geek Bar today. Go ahead and send this to Geek Bar. Geek Bar, may the pulse be with you. So that's a play on Star Wars. May the Force be with you, of course. This flavor is called fucking fab, but they had to put a C after the F. Can you guys see that? Probably not. I've been getting a lot of complaints about my front camera, and I know the resolution sucks. I'm going to be getting a new camera, smartphone, soon. Because I can't stand the resolution on this camera. It's horrible. Anyway, Geek Bar. Go ahead and sponsor us, Geek Bar. And when I say we, I mean me. I do have a friend who he'll come in, he'll help edit some of my videos, but most of it's DIY. I'm still learning, still chugging along on this YouTube thing. So any little support, Geek Bar, what are you doing? Sponsor us. I love your product. I'm promoting vaping on the internet, which I'm sure is legal. It's got the cool light. It shows you your battery life and the amount of juice you got. We're at 95 juice and 59% battery life. Geek Bar. Also, we are, of course, drinking Monster tonight. Monster. Grab life by the claws. Monster. The thing that's under your bed. Every night, tormenting you, day and night. In your dreams. Monster. Sponsor us, Monster. I'd like to get that brand new 1999 Corvette as soon as possible, so we can race it down my back roads here. Went and picked some lilacs today with a friend, and they're all dead. Every single one of them. Most of them. We put them in this glass of water. Didn't seem to help. It's a shame because they smelled great. It was a lot of fun picking them. No, I'm not promoting vaping, but I will say, if you're going to vape, go with a Geek Bar. How about that? I can live with myself if I say that. If you're going to do it, go with Geek Bar. And if Geek Bar decides, nah, we don't want to sponsor this guy, then I'll just switch to a different vape company and try it out. Try to get a sponsorship here. So, there's that. Been putting in a lot of miles lately on the open road in the old truck. Went to Traverse City, Michigan the other day, or as the Canadians say, Traverse City. Dropped off a load there, came back. And that's the life of the trucker, man. Just you drive somewhere, you get a load, or you drop off a load and you come back. It's the life of a trucker. You pee in bottles a lot. There's a lot of pissing in jugs and bottles. There's a lot of talking to yourself. There's a lot of yelling, screaming. Something doesn't go right. You get very angry out here on the road. And it's a life of stress. It's a life of frustration. It's a life of anger. It's not a very good job to have. I wouldn't recommend it to anybody. It's a very bad job for your mental health. And I had a friend ask me, "Hey, Cody, should I be a truck driver?" And I told him, "No, no, don't." He was kind of taken aback that I was screaming at him, but I was trying to get into his head. Go be an engineer. Go be an astronaut. You know, this trucking thing's for the birds. It's for the birds and the lizards. It's a terrible job. It's terrible on your mental health. Do anything else. Be a grave digger. Be a guy that stands outside on the side of the highway with a sign saying slow down. Do anything else. I kind of got forced into this because my dad always wanted me to be a trucker, even though he wasn't, which was a little odd. But he was like, "You need to be a trucker," so I went into it, and sucks. Thinking about been thinking about just doing doing some field work for the FBI, like going out to different towns and finding the local drug dealer and calling the FBI and saying, "Hey, this guy deals drugs." I'm sure there's a open job for that. I don't know. Be like my own private FBI guy. Read the USA Today. Hey, dub over. I just fucking did. I just read the whole goddamn thing. Took the sails out of me. Took the sails out of my ship. It's a lot to read. You know the blue shirt guy? He only moves like that because he fucked up his back during a ski trip in the French Alps. Not sure who you're referring to. The blue shirt guy. I've never went skiing, but if I did, I'd probably fuck my back up too. You've still got your whole life ahead, says Manahil. Better late than never. Change your job. I think you're right. I think if you're going to work every day and you're screaming and hollering nonstop and punching your steering wheel until your knuckles bleed red, then it's probably time to change your job. No matter what you're doing. If you're a grill cook at McDonald's and you're stabbing the burger meat with the spatula and calling your manager a cunt, it's probably time you change up careers. So I agree with you. I definitely am in that camp. Change your job. Change your job before it changes you. That could be a bumper sticker. That's what I'll do. I'll start a bumper sticker company. You and me, Manahil. Change your job before it changes you. Fuck off I got work to do. I stole that from Trailer Park Boys. Uh, fuck you. That's always a good one. Fuck you. My other car, my other car is your mom's. Um, I'm only alive because you aren't. I don't know. Agree, you can totally change career shift at any time. At age 19, I was working at Subway. Age 20, my son was born. Age 24, I went back to school, and now I'm an engineer. Holy shit. Dub over. Now, do you do any like dub overs? Do you do voice dub over work? Dub over? Have you ever done that? Is your channel name at all affiliated with what you do maybe on the side or anything? What sort of engineer? Civil or criminal? Just kidding. Yeah, engineer. That takes a lot of schooling, right? At least a year. Damn right, says Monahill. Yeah, let's start this. Let's start this bumper sticker company, man. I've got some in the hopper already. I started a bumper sticker company to tell you to fuck off. Um, I started out life in my dad's balls, and you're gonna end your life fucking with me. I don't know. A lot of it's threatening. So maybe we could not have it so threatening. I got the dub over and over. Can't stop winning, hence the name. Oh, nice. You won. You won at life, and you're gonna keep winning. I like that mentality. I am industrial engineer, manufacturing. Nice, dude. Do you like industrial music? Do you listen to like Rob Zombie while you're making while you're planning out industrial manufacturing? Does that mean you like plan out like an Amazon warehouse? Industrial engineer? It's not FU Kenworth. It's not FU Kenworth it. It's not FU Kenworth it. There's a bumper sticker for truckers. The only problem with that is you'd have to keep changing it on your trailer. But yeah, bumper sticker for truckers. Guess we could go down that rabbit hole. I drive a truck so you can eat. I drive a truck so that you can sit on your ass and live stream. I drive a truck so that you can tailgate me for 50 miles and pull out in front of me when you miss your exit. I drive a truck so that idiots like you cut me off on the on-ramp, hit the middle barricade at 70 miles an hour, and explode. I drive a truck so your wife gets her package on time. What kind of package are we talking about? If you drive for UPS, we all know the package. The package is getting delivered by those guys. They're dicks. How about bumper stickers for EV vehicles, electric vehicles? I drive an EV so that I drive an EV so that I can only drive for 280 miles, charge, and then charge it for 3 hours and drive for another 280 miles. I drive an EV so that I look like a fag and you don't. I drive an EV because I think that I'm saving the Earth, which is a giant fucking globe, and I'm an ant. And I actually mean something, and my life has purpose. I drive a truck because my dad fell off of a roof and can't support himself. That sounds very specific. Yeah, especially if he's a paraplegic or if he's a biped. Biplegic. Biplegic. I drive a truck. Wait, it doesn't have to start with I drive a truck. Uh let's see. I don't stop for Amish buggies. I've seen a lot of truck drivers just fly right by Amish buggies. Seems to be a fun trend. Um I drive an 80,000 pound truck at 70 miles per hour in high traffic areas so that you can get your Dove Men Plus Care soap on time for your scaly, oily, gross, disgusting skin. That probably wouldn't fit. The font would have to be like 9. I drive a Tesla because I thought I was doing the right thing. Yeah. And they were, in fact, doing the wrong thing. No, I don't hate Teslas. I've heard pretty cool things about them. But if you think that buying an EV is saving a giant. Uh, you're on a you're on a planet. You're on a fucking planet. Um, I think if you really want to save the Earth, you'll just put a tarp over volcanoes and natural, disasters of the like, subtectonic plates, tectonic plate movements. If you really want to save CO2 emissions, you'll buy a giant wedge. Go get you a wedge at Harbor Freight, put it right in the San Andreas Fault, and yeah, don't make it move. Then you'll save the Earth. Baby on board. What about lizards on board? Always. I don't see too many lizards nowadays, which I hate to be a Debbie Downer, but yeah, it's like unfortunately, a dying thing. I mean, once in a while in Gary, Indiana, you'll see maybe one or two, but it's a sad fact. It's a sad state of trucking that lizards are kind of a dying thing. Maybe they're all in the trucks. Maybe they just live in the trucks nowadays. I got to load all my skids on the left-hand side of the trailer when your mom is riding with me. She's a great counterweight. So she's on the right side. She's on the right side, and you have to load everything on the left. Because God forbid she'd be driving. God forbid that. Well, she could sit in the bunk. She could also sit in the bunk. But then you'd probably not have a bunk anymore. Because the mom in this scenario is a fat, obese lady. Um, One time I had a Malibu, Chevy Malibu, that my buddies and I thought it'd be fun to key. To give you context, this is a key. This is a key from a vehicle. So we took a key, each of us, and we keyed all sorts of shit into this Chevy Malibu that I got from my friend for $50. The thing was kind of on its way out. Anyway, we keyed shit like one of my friends keyed his name, Kevin, on the hood, but he was drunk, so it came out Kevin. It was like KVN. Another one of my friends keyed jet fuel only and pointed to the gas tank. We keyed 7-Eleven was a part-time job. That one got a lot of reception around town. Yeah, so keying a car is fun when you buy one for $50. That could be a bumper sticker. Lizards be keeping busy nowadays. They do overnight cross country. Probably right. I haven't done cross country trucking in years. I used to start out. Now I'm just in the Midwest, so they probably all went south and west where the action is. I bet there's a lot of lizards on the East Coast. I don't really go to the East Coast, but Midwest shit's kind of spread out, and I'm going to like distribution centers a lot, so probably explains the lack of lizards. Your mom tried to get in my truck wearing an apron, and I told her it wasn't needed. Truck's already got 2 aprons in the engine bay. And then she was probably like, what's an engine bay? Because of woman? Um, your mom listens to Creed while you tailgate me at 70 miles per hour, and I hate you. Your mom rode with me in the truck to New Hampshire because she wanted to get away from your pimple-faced, fat-ass, Cheeto-eating, Dungeons and Dragons playing shit of a son. I've lost a lot of steam. I'm better at writing these out, but let's see. I drive a Hyundai, so I'm joke's on me in the end. I drive a Hyundai. That could just be the bumper sticker. I drive a Hyundai. It doesn't even get that good gas mileage. It's like 23 or something. I took it out west though. Went up all the mountains, all the big ones, all the good ones, and it's running fine. It's a good little car, honestly. I mean, it's gay, slow, but I could fit my dog and plenty of Slim Jims in it. So a lot of guys that drive trucks. I gotta adjust because my legs going numb. A lot of guys that drive semis drive like big lifted trucks, which is fine, but it's like I almost feel like they think they have to. But I drive the biggest vehicle on the road all day. You know, being in a car is kind of nice. It's a nice break. Nice distinction. I used to be friends with Princess Diana right out of the gate, coming strong on Xbox Live back in the day, but she just spent all her time on the dashboard. Yeah, that could work. That could definitely work. I could see that on on a limo, on the back of a limo bumper sticker. Let's just say that she had tunnel vision. Didn't think we'd be making Princess Diana jokes. That's a very 90s reference. But I'm old, so I appreciate it. I don't really keep up with a lot of like new shit. I'm trying to. For the longest time, all I listened to was Soundgarden and Meshuggah, Pantera, Smashing Pumpkins, Melvins, a lot of 90s stuff. Watched a lot of. I still do. I still watch a lot of like 90s shows and TVs, early 2000s shit. But I've been trying to be better at being a little more relevant because it's funny. It's funny to like stay up with the times and make fun of the times. So I'm drinking Monster tonight so I can not go to sleep. This is officially the longest live stream I think I've ever done. You know, they found out she had lice, actually. Police were able to recover some Head and Shoulders from the glove compartment. Ah, yes. Yes. Sounds like it was a pretty violent accident. I don't know the details. I myself use Head and Shoulders. And Head and Shoulders, if you're watching, Procter & Gamble, go ahead and sponsor the show. Dub Over, I'm sure, endorses you too. They're a fine product. As you can see, the lice and the dandruff have subsided since I've been using Head and Shoulders. So give us money, Head and Shoulders. Go ahead and subscribe. Give us a sponsorship. And if we get that sponsorship, Dub Over, you're the first person that I will personally fly to your house and hand you a box of Head and Shoulders in honor of that joke of Princess Diana dying violently in a car crash. And that will be the way you will remember her for life. The live kept coming back. Oh, the lice. Okay. I got your correction just in time before I read the whole thing. You saved yourself, Dub Over. Of course you did. You keep winning. The lice kept coming back, but after watching Hit or Miss 986, they magically went away. That's right. Because Head and Shoulders. A little secret, I don't use Head and Shoulders. I use the Equate off-brand at Walmart. Thanks to his sponsor, Head and Shoulders. Tonight, we have been desperately trying to get sponsors. Geek Bar was one of them. And I made it clear that I'm not endorsing vaping. In fact, I think it's dangerous and probably leads to cancer. But if you're going to vape, go with Geek Bar. If you're going to vape. So, I don't feel guilty saying that. Monster, of course, was the other one we were trying. Monster. For the creatures that are under your bed and in your nightmares. Haunting you. Monster. Which in reality is probably just your stepdad with a belt. Monster. Zero sugar. Don't really like the taste of the zero sugar as much as the green. The green can, I think, is the best. The OG. And I'll die on that hill. Back to bumper stickers. I got another one. All right, shoot it. Shoot, Dub Over. If you have a gun, don't actually shoot. But if you do, Don't hit your neighbor. Aim towards the woods. I had to have your mom get out and walk across a small bridge because we were just over the load limit. Ah, yes. A lot of bridges have load limits. God forbid someone's fat mom get you a ticket. The load limit. Speaking of load, I listened to that album for the first time a couple weeks ago. Load, of course, by Metallica. I steered clear from it when I was younger just because everybody hated that album. Um, and it's got some okay songs on it. I'd call it an experimental album. It's quite a departure from And Justice for All, Ride the Lightning, Kill 'Em All, of course. Um, I don't know where I stand on it. I'm kind of 50-50 on it, to be honest. It's okay, but it's not great. And then I went and listened to Saint Anger for the first time. And I actually didn't hate that album. That was another one I had some preconceived, just pre embedded notions of hate towards, which I think was unjust. Unjustice for all. Um, yeah, Saint Anger had some pretty cool guitar riffs. The drums, the snare is what people hate because it sounds like a trash can. I think in context, it kind of makes sense because at the time, all those guys were pretty fucked up and hating on each other. So why not make an album that sounds insane, you know? But I'm done with. I think I'm done with just being this like metal music snob. I used to kind of be in that vein, and it's just who gives a shit? Fuck it. If you like, Devil Wears Prada or whatever, or Ice Nine Kills. It's not even the same genre, but whatever you like, it's what you like. You know, I actually been listening to a lot of Nickelback recently. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. Um, I think a lot of it's just getting older, honestly, and resonating. I think lyrically, after having some pretty shitty relationships, going back and listening to like Creed or Nickelback or whatever, it's kind of like, yeah, okay, I get that now. At 16, didn't resonate with it at all. But at 30 whatever, a little bit more. A little bit more. Oh, yeah, of course. You mean A7, is it A7X or F? Avenged Sevenfold, right? Yeah, that's what you mean. Yeah, I've definitely listened to some Avenged Sevenfold. I listened to their first album. I was like, this doesn't sound like them at all. It was like pretty raw and like very heavy. It surprised me. I think it was their debut album. It was one of their. It was their first or second album I listened to. I was like, God damn, it's pretty good. I think what steers me away from a lot of metal bands is the overproduction, the guitars sounding kind of simple, but it's like I said, the older I get within the past few years, I've come to appreciate that a little more. Chad Kroger speaks from the heart, man. Nickelback has some bangers. They do. And I've gotten a little bit of some some ball busting by my friends for blaring Nickelback in my Hyundai. But I don't give a fuck. Is it Kroger? Is it Chad Kroger or Kruger? Any relationship to Freddie? I can just imagine Chad in my nightmares. I like your pants around your feet as he's coming to do unspeakable acts upon my body as it lies dormant on my bed. It's weird seeing him with short hair now. He's got like short hair. He used to have that like Muppet looking long hair on the sides. There's a video of him getting hit by a rock in the Philippines. He's like, you guys want us to play or leave? And then someone throws a rock at him. See ya! I think I'd have the same response. I don't think I'd want to get hit by a rock either. God bless Nickelback. God bless Canadian guys who are just playing for pussy, man. And I don't think they're trying to be anything else. Disturbed is kind of a band that I feel like went a little too far in a different direction. I can't really get into like new Disturbed. Their first album, of course, had some bangers on it. It's hard to do though. You have to give bands credit because it's hard to like straddle that line of keeping up with your fan base and experimenting with new ideas and songs. So it's hard to do that when you're a commercially successful band. There's a lot of expectations on you from the label and from your fans. So it's harder than what people think, I'm sure. Metallica is, of course, the best example of changing their fucking tune. But a lot of people are diehard Metallica fans, and God bless them. God bless them. A lot of people give Lars a lot of hate, but I think Lars is the perfect drummer for that band. I've always thought that. I can't really imagine the songs without him, to be honest. If they had a better drummer, it would just be a different band. As simple as that. Nobody plays an instrument like you do. Everyone has their unique spin on it. So if you had a guy like Gene Hoglan playing for Metallica, yeah, he's gonna run circles around Lars, but it's just gonna be good, you know? Like they tried to get I'm gonna get murdered for this. The guy from Primus, Les Claypool. They tried to get him to play bass, but I think they said he was too good or something like that. So I ran into you at a Denny's once. You were super nice and even gave me and my friends a tour of the place and even paid for our meal. Much thanks, bro. Yo, do you remember that? I think it was in Terre Haute, Indiana. Now, is this a bumper sticker idea? It's very meta. I'm all for it. I think that's the best bumper sticker idea yet. You're actually asking me if I help pay for your meal. I don't remember going to Terre Haute, Indiana for any reason whatsoever. And if I did, I was probably shit-faced to the wall. But you're welcome. You're welcome, Dub Over. I'm not calling you a liar. So, you owe me. Once I get the Patreon, you'll get the link and you can send me the bill because I probably did pay for it, but it doesn't mean that I wasn't expecting monetary gratification in return. So you'll be hearing from me in countless emails. Check your spam folder, um, and I will be on you like moss on a Mississippi tree stump. Geek Bar. If you're gonna vape, vape Geek Bar. How long am I normally on the road? Well, as long as your mom is gone from your house. I'm gone for a week, Monday through Friday. Then I get the weekends off. It's actually not a bad gig, but like I said, I think I'm at my wit's end. So, probably gonna have to find something else soon because this job is extremely terrible. I know I sound like a millennial, and I am, and I'm not denying it at all. Being honest with myself and with you. I'll never lie to you. I've probably lied a few times, but it's purely for content. As long as your mom is gone from the house. Yes. Insinuating that she rides with me. Something or other. But yeah, it's not too bad. I stay in like the Midwest area. So like Wisconsin, Illinois, not that you asked, but forcing it on you. Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky, Pennsylvania, some East Coast, but not a lot. You should try stand up. Let's go on Kill Tony. So you and I go on Kill Tony. All right, dub over. Here's the setting. Okay. Austin, Texas, mothership. We're in the shitty alley that smells like trash behind Kill Tony. We've signed up. There's 250 other desperate people trying to be famous. And suddenly, the security guard, who looks like he is a security guard, dub over, hit or miss, you're on. And he's probably got like a checklist thing with him with names and an earpiece. And we go through the curtain, and Tony's there with Red Band and probably Melania Trump. Melania Trump is the guest, and we do our set as a duo. The first time in Kill Tony history, as far as I'm aware, a duo stand-up set. And we're going to just talk about bumper stickers the whole time for 1 minute. We're not going to give any context. We're just going to read the bumper stickers that we've said earlier. And we're going to just trade off for 1 minute. And then Tony's going to look at us after the little kitten meows. And he's going to say, hated it. Hated it. As he smokes his cigarette like a little girl. Hated it. Hated it. What's your names? Where you guys from? I'm Hit or Miss. My name's Cody, but I go by Hit or Miss. I didn't ask what you go by. I asked your name. Get it right. Are you deaf? No, not deaf. My name's Cody. I'm from Michigan. This is my first time. I didn't ask if this was your first time. Then he's going to go to you, dub over. He's going to ask your name, which I don't know. It's probably Dave or something. Dave, hated it. Hated it. You suck. Both of you. Off my stage. And then Red Band's going to press the nuclear bomb explosion with a sad cat sound or something, and then the audience will applaud us leaving. But the good news is we'll just hang out in Austin and get drunk the whole night. And maybe we'll go back to the club and piss all piss all over the stage. Or maybe we could do that first. We could get real drunk, and then that'll be our that'll be our set. We just we're not gonna piss facing forward. We'll piss in opposite directions, of course. But you piss one way, I'll piss one way. that'll be the set of us just pissing. So, and I say to Tony, Jesus loves you, and there's nothing you can do about it. And I tell him, what about this bumper sticker? I want my foreskin back. It was unlawfully removed from my body. And he'll be like, I don't believe that scenario happened to you, dub over. There's no scenario where your foreskin would have been unlawfully removed. I'm going to unlawfully remove you from my club. And then the security guard grabs us violently, takes us to the alley. Honestly, it's funny you say the Kill Tony thing, because I had a friend tell me to go on Kill Tony. I'm a little, it's not like I wouldn't do it. It's just, I kind of don't like the idea of just being the Kill Tony guy. Hans Kim, William Montgomery, David Lucas. I don't want to be, and I'm not even saying like it would go anywhere, but if it did, you're the Kill Tony comic for life. And if I ever did pursue stand up, personally, I think I'd rather go the route of just doing it in clubs, the old-fashioned way. Which maybe that weighs off. Maybe that's an old thing. It's going away. I don't know. But something about the whole scene just turns me off a little bit. Tony's obviously a dick. But he's always... his whole goal is to just shine light on the comedians he's made famous. And he's kind of like their god. And it's a very weird vibe that I get from the whole thing. Don't get me wrong, I have watched a lot of Kill Tony, and I think my favorite ones are when Shane Gillis is on, of course. But yeah, the whole vibe is a little off. Yeah, true. Once you've seen 5 to 10 hours, you get the gist. Yeah, I've definitely seen definitely well in that range, I would say. Probably 9 hours, I don't know. But yeah. I don't know if you watch Red Bar, but started watching that guy this year. And he just confirmed a lot of my beliefs about that show and the whole comedy scene. Seems pretty weak nowadays. A little bit. My favorite comedian is Norm Macdonald, and I think he was the greatest stand-up. One of the greatest. I'd say he's the funniest guy in like real life, but definitely one of the greatest stand-ups for sure. I think he figured out comedy, honestly. As far as a human can go with comedy, I think he figured it out towards the end of his life. Really do. You got to have a humility with comedy, I think. A lot of comedians nowadays, they're too mean. They're just mean for no reason. And you can rag on people and shit, but I think if you have a humility, people are gonna gravitate towards that. You got to be self-deprecating to a degree. And this is after watching uh, hundreds of hours of Norm's shit. That's kind of my own drawn conclusion, is that he had humbleness to him, and I think people like that about him. Yeah, for sure. Trolling Larry King. Yeah, did you see him on Larry King's show, or did you see Larry King on Norm's podcast? Both great, but the one on his podcast was my favorite, for sure. Uh, I think he talked about it in an interview. He had Larry King on, and he's like, yeah, Larry was talking about death. Meanwhile, he looks like he's a week away, which is true. Larry King looking like a gargoyle. And self-defecating. Self-defecating to a certain point. You mean like shitting? If you're able to do that on command, you've got it in the bag. I agree. For sure. Yeah, you can't be too serious or too mean for no reason. There are guys that, like Sam Kinison, who had a little bit of a meanness, but it was like a controlled meanness and a humble meanness, if that makes any sense. I mean, he would, yeah, scream in your face, but it was like, you could tell it was still, there was a hint of humbleness in there. Yeah, I've thought a lot about the whole stand-up world and the intricacies of it, and I think it's missing the philosophical ideals that have. I'm just kidding. No, no, no. That was a great Norm bit, that comedians are the modern day philosophers. Feel bad for the actual philosophers in the world who are studying it. Someone wants to fight you, just shut yourself and be weird about it. They'll probably back off. Want to leave work early? Just shut yourself and make a big deal about it. Right. I have had that happen. For sure. Like a lot of people that do pranks, when they're getting into a physical altercation, they'll just like do some weird shit, pull their pants down, or start screaming in a high voice, and the person just doesn't know how to respond because they're so used to someone wanting to fight them. Definitely works. They say if you want to get out of a fight in the hood, just pull your pants down and start running at the assaulters. I've never tried it myself, but might work. No, stand up. But stand up's a tricky thing. I've tried it. I have tried it a few times. If you go through my archive, if you're that fucking bored, um, you can go through my archive. You can see some horrible stand up that I did locally. So I've tried it two. I've tried it 2 or 3 times. Um, when I was playing a character, it seemed to go by a lot better. And right now, I'm not really playing the character, but a lot of my shorts and videos are definitely more character driven. So, trying to hone that in a little bit. And I think there was one stand-up set where I felt pretty good about, and the rest were just complete dumpster fires. But it was fun trying it, at least. I definitely like doing the videos I think a little bit more, just because I can still be isolated. I think I'm better at being a little more isolated. So like being on stage is a weird thing. Having to look people in the eye, like right now. Uh, I can't see any of you guys, all two of you. um, which it's funny because I think one person's been here the whole time, but he probably just left his live stream on while he fell asleep. Do you like Tim Dillon? Um, he's okay. I haven't seen a lot of his stuff, a lot of his stand up, to be fair. I've seen some of his podcasts. I think he's all right. My one friend is a Tim Dillon fan. Um, but I think Norm has just eclipsed my. I think Norm kind of ruined a lot of my love for other stand-ups. So I'm gonna. I think what I have. I'm gonna have to go and watch some more stand-ups. To be honest with you, to get a better world view. Hey, what up, Ghost West? Are you the other guy that fell asleep during the live stream? I don't hate you. Go watch old Tim Dillon podcast episodes 150. All right, hold on. Hold on there. What's your name? Dub over. Hold on there, Dub over. Watch this. I knew these would come in handy. Check this out. It's not a gun. Notepad. Sticky note. I'm going to write it down. Episodes 150 to 200. I'm going to write it down. 150 to 200. I wrote some shit on the back, so there you go. Look. I actually wrote it down. You can find them on YouTube. All right. I'll write that down too. YouTube. I'll go to YouTube and I'll look up episodes 150 to 200. Now, do I have to watch all 50 of those? Or just any episode within that range? Oh, any episodes with Dylan and Avery are epic. Released 4 to 5 years ago. Okay. Yeah, I'll give it a listen. For sure. I know he's a gay man, and he was in real estate, and he trashed an Airbnb. And that's the extent of Tim Dillon knowledge that I have. So, allegedly trashed an Airbnb. Which, I mean, Motley Crue used to trash hotels and they got praised for it, so whatever. Timmy Dillon. Yeah, his name could be Dylan Tim. Because both names are first names. Maybe that'll be my stage name, Dylan Tim. And me and Tim will go on tour and trash Airbnbs together. I gotta get some sleep, dude. Very glad to have come across your stream. I've enjoyed talking with you. Next stream, we need to focus on how we can get you started in fake businesses. I agree. Or I'll just become an industrial engineer like you. But probably we should start with the fake businesses first. All right, man. Sounds good. Sleep sounds good too. This has been the longest live stream I've ever done. And, I'm probably going to end it pretty soon myself because I'm starting to get get those Z's in my head. The melatonin's flowing, and my bed over there is looking pretty good. And my dog's ready for night night too. I don't know if you guys saw my dog or not. But I think he's ready to go to sleep. Exactly. Got to start with the fake business. We can call some real estate guys and act like we want to visit their open houses, waste their time on the phone. That sounds just all right. If you check out some of my playlists, I have a lot of prank calls where I've wasted people's time on the phone, so I've experience in that. Wasting people's time on the phone. That could be a whole video series. Wasting people's time. Sounds like a plan, man. Sounds like a plan. For anybody just joining us, earlier we read the USA Today and we got informed of what's going on in the world. I bought 3 newspapers from a gas station and we read the USA Today. I think I'm going to save the other 2 for some other live streams, just so I don't run out of content, because it happens pretty quick. Yeah, good night, man. I should start streaming more, honestly. I don't want to be one of those 24-hour douchebags, but I probably should start doing it more. Bought this Auction Time magazine. I didn't buy it. It was free, for God's sakes. And the last live stream I did, that was all we did, is we went through the tractors and the combines. And I told you guys how to get in touch with these people selling their tractors and trucks, and hopefully we made some sales, because I do get a commission off of auctiontime.com. They are the sponsor of the show, Hit or Miss. So we want to give a shout out to auctiontime.com. Auctiontime.com. They've got everything you need. If you're trying to bury a body or multiple bodies, they've got big ass excavator. You one scoop in the ground and you can kiss your worries goodbye. Cops will never find them. Call those people up and make offers on their tractors. Set up a time to meet them. Don't show up. We could do something like that. Nah, don't feel bad, because auctiontime.com is, they understand the show. They don't care. I've often told them that I think their magazine's boring. It kind of is a little lackluster, and I think it sucks overall. And they didn't seem to care. As long as they're making money and I'm making money, auctiontime.com don't get. They need all the help that they can get, so don't feel bad. But yeah, we went through that last live stream, and I hope that we get some commission from that, because we fucking need it for sure. Running out of steam on the old trucking, so every sponsor we can get, we want to keep. Geek Bar, that's one we're trying to get. Geek Bar, if you're watching, any reps from Geek Bar, God forbid, I can't believe you'd be watching this. That'd be a miracle from heaven above, or nirvana, or Valhalla, whatever you believe in. Be a miracle. May the pulse be with you. If you're going to vape, vape Geek Bar. For sure. For sure. Well, the time now is 2:52 in the morning. We've been streaming for 2.5 hours. This is a new record. And there's no end in sight. I'm tired as hell. I went through one monster. And it was working. But now it seemed to stop working. So I think I'm going to end the stream. I think Dub Over had the right idea of going to fucking bed. So I appreciate everybody tuning in and listening to me babble for 2.5 hours. Hopefully you learned something out of the USA Today. Hopefully you're up with current events now. And we'll see you on the next one. Don't know when, don't know where. It'll be here, and it'll be late at night around this time. So keep looking up. Keep, I don't know, just keep surviving life.